Hello everyone and welcome back to our series on how to play the Pokemon trading card game. My name is Professor Ehrin and today we're going to talk about some special types of Pokemon cards. These are types of Pokemon cards that you might have in your collection or you might see when you're out playing with your friends or at Pokemon League or at a tournament, but I want to just make you aware that they do exist. The first one is a little uncommon. It's called a legend card, and it actually consists of two cards. You have to have both of these cards in your hand. You play them together, and it counts as one Pokemon card. The next type that's also very uncommon to see in play these days is a level card. These cards are played on top of ordinary Pokemon cards, and it kind of levels it up. So you would play this on top of Darkrai. It would give it a higher HP, some different attacks, a different ability, but it would also be able to use its attacks from its previous evolution or previous level. Some more common cards that you will see in play and probably in your collection are EX cards. EX cards are a little bit stronger Pokemon. They have higher HP or they have better attacks and abilities, but the trade-off there is the Pokemon EX rule says when this Pokemon is knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards. So it is a little bit of a trade-off. It's a bigger card, but you could lose 2 prize cards if it gets knocked out. Some EX cards, such as this Rayquaza EX, can actually Mega Evolve. When you Mega Evolve, you get even more HP, better attacks, but as soon as you evolve, your turn ends. This card actually has something called an Ancient trait as well, which states that you can actually evolve on the turn that you played the Rayquaza. So you could play the Rayquaza and immediately Mega Evolve into Mega Rayquaza, because this Ancient trait right up here changes the rules of the game a little bit. Another common type of card you'll see is called a break card. The way you play a break card is you'd have your ordinary Pokemon card, and then on your next turn you would evolve it into the break like this. And what this does is this changes the HP and usually adds an attack or an ability in addition to being able to use the attacks that are on the card, as well as keep the same retreat cost, weakness, and resistance. Another very common type of card that you're going to see is a GX card. A GX card is similar to an EX card in that it's more powerful and usually has better attacks and better HP. However, it also has this very special attack called a GX attack. And GX attacks you can only use one time per game. It doesn't mean I can only use this one, and if I have another GX, I can use that. You can only use one GX for the entire game. And when you do, you flip over that GX marker that you have, and that signifies that you've used it. You can't use your GX attack anymore on any of your Pokemon. Again, with this one, if your opponent knocks out a GX Pokemon, they get to take 2 prize cards. Next up, we have Prism Star Pokemon. And these are really special Pokemon because you can only have one of each type of Prism Star in your deck. So if it has a Prism Star, you can have multiple Prism Stars, but only one Ditto Prism Star. So I can have a Ditto and a Shaman and a Giratina, but I can't have any more than one of each Prism Star card. Next up, we have Tag Team cards. Tag Team cards are GX cards, but they're a special type of GX card with 2 Pokemon on them. So just like a GX card, they're big, they have great attacks, they have one GX attack that you can use 1 GX per game. However, they're so overpowered that when your opponent takes out and knocks out a Tag Team card, they get to take 3 prize cards. So the trade-off to playing this is if your opponent were to knock out 2 of these in a row, they would win. They would have taken all 6 of their prize cards. Next up, we have V cards. A V card is extremely similar to an EX card in that it's a Pokemon. It has more HP and better attacks, but your opponent takes 2 prizes when they knock out this Pokemon. But instead of Mega Evolving, your Pokemon V can evolve into Pokemon VMAX. With a VMAX card, It's a really, really big card, has great attacks or great abilities. However, when it's a V max and your opponent knocks it out, very much like the tag teams, your opponent takes 3 prize cards. Unlike the Mega Evolution, though, there is no penalty for evolving this, so you don't have to end your turn when you evolve, but your opponent takes 3 prize cards when they knock it out. Another subtype I just wanted to show you very quickly are Ultra Beast cards. And that's just to know that if a card specifically says Ultra Beast, then it's considered an Ultra Beast. Even if it's a card that you know of to be an Ultra Beast, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is one. For example, there is a Necrozma GX that is not labeled, although Necrozma is considered an Ultra Beast, because it doesn't say Ultra Beast right here, it's not one. This Naganadal GX is considered one, as is this Pheromosa Buzzwole. That's very important because some cards specifically name tag team cards, or say all GXs or all EXs and GXs, or your Ultra Beast cards, and so it's very important to know what cards are considered Ultra Beast, tag teams, or EXs. There are some other cards that are out there. These are the most common types that you're likely going to see out there playing. If you do have a question about a card that you've not seen before, feel free to post a picture in the comments below, or if you're out at your local Pokemon League, ask your local professor about that card, and I'm sure they'll be able to tell you everything about it. Next time we're going to go over all of our trainers and energy cards. Have a wonderful day.